beat up, downtrodden for the last 18 months. How much satisfaction do you and the group as a whole take out of what was a party performance in the end?
A lot, a lot. But I mean, once again, it's not our goal. Our goal is to keep moving on up the ladder and keep finding a way to better ourselves as a group. And I think those guys are starting really to believe every day, even in practice mostly, where it starts at and when it shows in the game. But we've been working on hard all through the week, and we can come out here and play as well as we did. I think that just builds our confidence through the roof.
On New Year's Eve, you were happy with the win, but not necessarily every element of the game.
Yeah.
I noticed you're really holding the team, especially the younger players, to account. Even went out by a big margin today. How do you assess today's 40-minute performance?
It was much better because it started with our starters. We wanted these guys on my right side because I really challenged them about having a good start. As you know, our last couple games versus Taz and even Sydney and even Adelaide, we didn't have a good first quarter or second quarter. So I really challenged my starters for today to come out there and set the tone. And I think they really did a really good job because our bench is going to come out and build off that and feed off that, and they did that.
How good are the building blocks being laid by Gary and Sam Frontcourt?
Oh man! Once again, they're unbelievable. And that's our meat and potatoes. And we knew that we go inside a lot. And Sam is playing at a high level. This man on my right side is playing just as high or higher level. And they're feeding off each other like no other. I mean, a lot of things that they do is just not things that I put on the board, not things that I expect. Just their high IQ and just the trust that they have in each other. And so that's the type of things that we've been trying to build the last couple of weeks.
Gary, I think this was your 5th double-double of the season, but 4 now have come in recent weeks. Where's your game at in your mind?
It's coming along a long way from the beginning, because at the beginning I struggled so much just trying to figure out the physicality of the league and just trying to find my spots. And, over time, the team has embraced me and just kind of pushed me to be, who I am on both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively. And I think, like our team, my engine begins on our defensive end, and just being able to control the glass or just, be a presence and then allow it to flow into my offense. Of course, I don't even know what I'm shooting from 3 right now, but, we're repping it out every day. So it's a matter of time before those, start raining in.
Last one for me, some people might say, hang on, you played 177 NBA games. Why would you struggle early in the NBL? What was the greatest difference between North America and coming down under?
Of course, the three-point line is different. Basketball is different, but the physicality, and the NBA is more of the skill is just, you gotta kind of control the physicality that you guard a Steph Curry. You gotta be a little bit cautious on how you guard Giannis because of how physical those guys, like how physical he plays. But in here, it's just a little bit where everyone is equal, and it's just a matter of it's a lot of skill, but it's a lot of being smart. And our coach preaches our IQ, and I think that's the biggest piece is you can't just out talent the guy. You got to be smart, physical, and just have a will to stop the other team, stop the other best player. And I think early on I was just kind of trying to find my space, just find the best way to be a presence. I fouled a lot the first bit of the season, just trying to figure out how physical can I be, and being a little bit smarter in different places.
As an understanding with Sam and Gary, you're finding each other a lot now. That would be something. He's been such a focal point because of, I guess, the lack of other stars over the last sort of season that hadn't been there. It was probably a learning experience for him to play with someone sort of in the paint. How's that understanding sort of developed between the two? It looks like it's really clicking out with both of you.
I think, just we play off each other a lot, and back in college I've always had a front court mate that just can score at will like Sam does, and now it's almost like an automatic assist because he knows where I am and I know where he is, and it's just automatic. Like when I see the mismatch, I see everyone else, but I'm hunting Sam because I know he has a mismatch, and it's such a physical game down there, so you want to reward myself and Sam. Guards, they get killed on screens a lot, but the battle that's inside is just, it's like no other. So you try to, find your guy when he is down there working, especially when there's games where he doesn't get it early on. So it's overemphasized, look, man, I see you, just keep working, and vice versa.
And T, we spoke this week about J-Rob. I think the words you used were he hasn't quite been let out of the bag yet. Is he out of the bag
I don't want to preach that too much because then it's going to be hard to put him back in, you know. So I think J-Rob's at a good spot. I told him we're going to, you know, progress as he keeps getting better, as he builds his confidence offensively for sure, because I know he was kind of in his head for the first half of the season because he wasn't shooting well or playing well. But we told him we don't need that from you, really. We just need you to be a vocal leader, advance that ball up, and take advantage when you can. And I think he's starting to get in that groove, and it's opening up the catch and shoot shots that other guys are creating for him. And him getting downhill and making layups, it just takes a lot more pressure off us as a group because it gives these guys at least about an extra minute or two to not be the focal point on the offensive end. So J-Rob is doing a great job.
Obviously, the way the big guns play, you challenge the starters to go a bit better tonight, but obviously you've got to get the second unit got some time.
Yep.
How important is it for them to both get that? And also you've got, I think it's 4 games in 8 days coming up. So
Yeah.
guys like Kerry, just those starters some sitting times.
Yep. This week the second unit got a lot of my attention because I stacked my starters out of a contact practice, and then the next day it was a film only oriented for the second unit because we were trying to let them know how much value they have to this team, and so we needed to correct their mistakes in practice, which we took time to, and then when they had the opportunity today to build off the challenge that I did with the starters about having a good start, they knew that they had to come put their foot on the gas and try to make as least mistakes as possible, but still be aggressive as possible as well. And I think they did a really good job of that coming in and turning it up even more after the start to set the tone.
Yeah, good from the word go today. How do you now take this on the road, now knowing that there's plenty of time to still get into that top 6, and if you win the remaining game, are you hoping for a top 4?
I'm just hoping for the best for this group. You know, I mean, wherever we keep playing this well, it's going to take us up. We can't go back down. You know, and that group knows that we're not going back down anymore. So we keep playing this well. Only way is up. So, you know, right now we're not too locked in on 6th, 5th, or 4th. We're locking on just keep playing well and see where this team can really, how they can really gel and get better every day. And so once we see that, everybody else will see that as well, and they'll know we're a serious team and not just a team off hype or just a coach's change or whatever thing, you know, whatever they can use. It's just been, these guys are from 1 through 13 are really talented. They lock in their roles, they know what they're doing, and they just want to play for each other.
Gary, they were missing 3 key starters, 3 imports. How important was it for you guys as a playing group to make sure that you did come out and get a professional win like this when that doesn't always happen? Sometimes that team missing guys feels themselves a little bit. How important was it to make sure this was a professional win for you guys?
It was huge, you know, because we're playing for something bigger, you know, than all of us, that none of us have ever experienced, and to play okay against a team that's wounded is not good enough. You know, I think JT said it before the game. It's about us playing well, you know, as collectively playing really good, so that way we build what we can be. You know, we don't know what we can be yet because each week we see something new, you know, and I think that's the beauty of where we are as a team, as a Hawks program. Is just this game, you know, it was so like important for us to like play well, so that way we can tweak the things we need to tweak and prepare positively for Tasmania, who's manhandled us twice now, and try to be breathing fire and get the X's and O's and really like emphasize on like what we need to do instead of, you know, JT getting on us about how we didn't play well or how we didn't execute and how we didn't finish the game. It's like, all right, this is behind us. Now let's move on to the next task.
From the outside looking in, there's been the perception of your team as maybe one of the worst teams in the league, and it's taken a bit of time for people to realise that you are a top 6 team, and now they're thinking maybe that you have high aspirations of that. What has the confidence level been like within the group, from being the worst team in the league, the worst defense, to now the team that is challenging good teams and picking up these scheduled wins, and could be one that could maybe make some noise at the championship season? What the confidence level's like?
You know, I think, you know, just our whole group is a confidence group, like a confident group. You know, there's a swagger about each guy that's on our roster. There's each person is cut from their cloth, and you know, like tonight, Tyler wasn't as a handful as normal, but you still know that the next team is preparing for Tyler Harvey the way that they have to prepare, and you look down the list of all our guys, you know, people that speak about us in a negative place about where we were have no idea what we're capable of. That's why it's important for us to handle these games. So we love just, you know, people to keep continually doubting, you know, because, you know, at the end of the day, when the chips fall, we keep stringing these along. You know, it is what it is, and you want to see where we are in, you know, 4 weeks. And I think, you know, for our group, it's just the confidence has always been there. It's now, you know, we have a leader who has put us in line to where everybody knows their roles, and now we're just trying to figure out each game to how can we adjust to get this job done. And I think that's who we are now.
Coach, the depth of this team is probably what's going to lift the floor of this group. I look at John and Lockie today as two guys who can do that particularly well. What's the key to getting consistency out of those guys, game in, game out, as opposed to sort of the spot game every 1 or 2?
Yeah, just keep giving them, you know, straight details of what they need to do, get on the court. Don't have them jump out the box or try to do anything extra. Say, hey, HJ, your job is to come in here to play defense, rebound the ball, and shoot all the open threes that you can get, right? And Lucky, get almost every offensive rebound and be a defensive threat without fouling, because in the beginning he was more foul prone than non. So we had to work on that as well. And they bring so much life to us because nobody can really keep Lucky off the boards when he's active. And HJ is a problem when he's out there making threes or even being a threat. So just keeping them guys in that box to where say, hey, these are the two or three things that you need to do, and you focus on that, we'll be fine.
Yes, as this gentleman was mentioning, you could be the dark horse potentially now, almost certain. How do you, knowing that Tyler Harvey was not at his best today, but you guys certainly proved that you were all playing as a team and really showed it by winning by the best margin of the season.
Mm-hmm.
How do you take that to Tassie now, knowing that they've the only team that you haven't actually been able to show?
I mean, we'll see. We'll cross that obstacle when it comes on Friday. But I know we're going to use this whole week to prepare for that. Tassie is a stepping stone that we want to accomplish. We want to compete, and we know that we got to be ready for it to even keep moving up the ladder. Because once again, those are one of the top 2 teams in the league. Tassie is one of the top 2 teams in the league right now. But we know what we have done, what they have done against us the last 2 games. But we erase that, and we'll come see on Friday. That's why this win and the way we played today was very important for us to build off a good week of practice to go see Tassie on Friday.
Justin, when you took over, at least looking at the ladder, the season was in ruin. So playing for pride, sort of free swing in the eyes of many.
Yep.
Now you're in a playing position, you're in 6th.
Yep.
So do you change your coaching? Do you feel the team might tighten a little bit now that there's something to genuine on the line a bit? But does the scenario change because of where you are on the ladder?
I don't think so. No, not at all. I don't think so. I'm gonna be preaching the same thing and figuring out what we've done to get here and whatever we can done to get here. Let's keep doing this. We'll keep moving on up. And if I change things, if I feel that if I come into practice, say something totally different, and they might think that a coach might be nervous about something, or Alex is calling somebody. But so I would keep it the same. I preach the same thing and work on that. And if I have to adjust something because we're not playing well or not doing what we're supposed to do to keep moving up, then I'll see it from there.